name is Jenny, and I'm a wife and mom raising 2 kids. But I used to live a more glamorous life as a TV reporter. I was on the nightly news interviewing pop stars and politicians. So when I said goodbye to TV and hello to motherhood, I suddenly discovered what we moms are up against. We live in a world that tells us to be rich and famous, thin and successful. You know, almost nobody says, "Oh, hey, you're a mom? That is fabulous." But you are fabulous, and I'm here to tell you why.
It's the ChannelMom Show, celebrating you with Jenny Dean Schmidt.
Attention, moms. You know, we're also concerned about how we look on the outside, but what about our insides? Now you can age-proof your body with Protandim. Just reach for what's been called the best anti-aging product out there, as seen on the Today Show. Sign up now as a preferred customer, and after receiving your 3rd bottle, get a $50 Visa gift card. Just click on the ad to the right of this video to get started. Hey, welcome back to the Channel Mom Show, where we are celebrating you, Mom, really trying to make your life better. We offer you information that we hope will improve your lives, that encourage you, make you understand how much we understand that you have enormous value to our society and the job that you are doing to raise your children and serve your family. We so appreciate you. So if nobody else says thanks this morning, allow me to thank you for what you do as a mother. And I am excited about this next interview and what it can do for everybody listening today. This woman truly has some innovative and easy ways to finally change your lifestyle in order to feel good and look good. She's a family wellness and weight loss coach, a certified nutritionist, and the author of Fat Is Not a 4-Letter Word. Enjoy our recent interview with Julie Hammerstein. I really believe it's going to help you, your body, and your family too, as we head into the glorious summer season. Okay, so Julie, you're going to help people today. You're really, really going to help moms and maybe dads who want to start this summer I'm going to get in shape thing out differently than they have other years.
Right.
So why don't you give people some motivators as to how they're going to lose weight, get fit, feel better this summer differently from other years?
Well, the first thing is to think of this instead of thinking, oh, this is what I'm going to do for the summer. Mm-hmm. That, you know, rather than having these deadlines in your life of when you have to be healthy, to say, okay, well, this summer I'm going to start making lifestyle changes. Because what happens is they think, I want to fit into my bathing suit, I want to look good at the pool. And so it's this, you're already implanting in your brain that it's a short-term fix and a short-term commitment. Mm-hmm. And so get that out of your head, first of all. And then really sit down and decide what is it that you want. I mean, yes, looking better in your bathing suit is a nice end result, but what is it that you truly want that it's gonna keep you more motivated? Because that motivation lasts for about 2 weeks.
Well, or till summer's over and you don't have to wear a bathing suit anymore.
Right, you can put on your sweater and your sweats again.
Yeah.
And so it's really what do you really, really want? And so to sit down and your top 3. And kind of think about, okay, what's it going to bring forth in your life, mm-hmm. right? So think of the health benefits. What's it truly going to bring forth in your life? More energy, more mental clarity, more sociability. I'll want to be out and about more when I feel better about myself. So think about what it's going to bring forth in your life, and then think about what is it going to bring forth in the lives of others. So if you're healthy and you're taking care of yourself, okay, 1, I'm going to be modeling for my children. 2, I'm going to be doing something good for myself, which is I'll be a better person mm-hmm. and more fun to be around. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's that when you feel better about yourself, you have more confidence, and so maybe you'll do better at work. Mm-hmm. So really think, what is it going to do for yourself? What's it going to bring forth in the lives of others, i.e. your community, your family, etc. And then think about what are your obstacles? All right, so
that's the third thing. What are your obstacles?
What are your obstacles? And so it might just be the obstacles myself and my thinking and, my negative thoughts around it.
Or even my past sort of roller coaster habit process that I keep getting stuck on.
Yeah, like it's the same thinking. So my obstacles are that I'm planning to do it the same way I always have, and that's never worked. Or the obstacle could be time. And so, okay, well, what are the time killers in your life that aren't allowing you to get out for a run or do things like that? So having all that written down is just, an act of you getting into action around it. But mm-hmm. also things start to show up and become apparent. Like, why am I doing this? What's going to get my way?
Well, and don't be afraid to think of the big things. I mm-hmm. think,
I have to make changes in my life, and it isn't necessarily always around this kind of an issue, but it's other issues. I will sometimes do things like go force myself to watch my children sleeping because I think I want to do this for my children. And that goes for a mother who's trying to lose a significant amounts of weight as well. Go in and look at how much you love your babies, and you want to be around for your grandbabies. I mean, it really sort of profound things like that.
Yes.
As a goal setter.
Right. Yeah? As a motivator.
As a motivator.
As like really getting attached to the stuff that tugs at your heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So those are some motivators. Mm-hmm. How about one tip to avoid that roller coaster thing that people feel like, well, I'm going to lose weight in the summer, and then New Year's comes along and I'm going to need to lose weight again. Yeah. And it's going to go up and down and up and down.
Well, this is a hard one for people to let go of, but it's not about the weight.
Okay.
So let go of what needs to show up on the scale. And do not even stand on that little thing in your bathroom that shows you numbers. Because
you know what? I don't own one.
Good.
Because I don't want to be. Now, I am blessed with a good metabolism, but I still don't want to be worried about it.
Right. It is just a killer in terms of our emotional health. Because here's what happens: you get on the scale, and let's say you don't see the results that you want. Then you're bummed. You're going to go back and circle around to the dieting dance of depriving yourself and saying you need more willpower and all that stuff, and it's going to ruin your momentum. But let's say you get on the scale and you're like, oh, cool, I lost 5 pounds. Wow, I wasn't even really trying. I guess I can go have that ice cream cone. Mm-hmm. And it's just, there's so much psychological stuff that happens when you see those little numbers on a scale. And your measure of progress doesn't have anything to do with that. Because if you just commit to the things you say you're going to do, and we can talk about what some of those are, if you just do them, that's your progress. That's you being committed and staying in integrity about what you say you're going to do. And if you keep doing those things, the weight will come off.
Sure. So let's take the last half of this interview and talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm fond of having you refer to your life and what happened for you. So I want you to briefly tell people about that, and then encourage people, because I'm sure there are people listening to the radio today or on the internet later saying, I really want to do it this time.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid, or it's too much, and you were at that point in college, and you're going to tell us about that. Mm-hmm. And you love to remind people that it's just a small change that will produce a big impact. So it's just one thing today. That's all we're asking. We're not asking you to go down to 1,000 calories and run 6 miles a day, and small change, big impact.
Right.
Talk about your life.
Well, for me, it was really, my aha moment came when I was looking in the mirror and in college. 50 pounds overweight, super unhealthy, starting to get sick, cigarette in one hand, big Diet Coke in the other, and just saying, this is, it was just boom, line in the sand. This has got to change. And so I put on my non-tennis shoes, something to run in, and I ran outside and I ran 8 blocks. Because that, at the moment, it was like, I got to start moving my body. 8 blocks, came home, said, I can do that. And I did it again and again and again. And by the end of the year, I was running 6 miles. Mm-hmm. And that was the catalyst for change. Those 8 blocks truly transformed my life. And so find your 8 blocks.
Amen.
What is it? What's your little thing that from all the stuff that you've learned about doing this over and over and over again? There was probably one thing that really resonated with you. Start there. Eating breakfast. Even if it's going for a walk for 20 minutes, just do it.
Okay. So let's quickly get to the things that you want people to do.
Yeah.
What are some things they can do this summer to get in shape?
Yeah. So I would say, again, find that exercise that you like, and don't do something you don't like. Just don't do it. But find something. Walking, hiking, Zumba, jazzercise, going to Pilates, and just commit to doing that 3 days a week for 20 minutes.
Got it.
Okay, so that's all you need to start with. And then here's the other big thing. If you can, and we talked about this on one of the shows, but it really starts shifting the mindset around eating healthy, is to put something fresh on your plate every day at every meal. Okay, so always something fresh, like grapes or baby carrots or something that, fresh fruit and vegetable every time.
Yeah, so don't just have the breakfast bar and whatever.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like even if you're going to have the breakfast bar, have the grapes, have the apple, because it starts to reinform your body, and it also starts to reinform your brain that, oh, I'm doing something good for myself. Mm-hmm. And then here's the biggest one. Stay away from the 0-calorie, non-fat, not, sugar-free stuff. stay away from it.
People think they're being good when they eat that stuff. Tell them why they are not being good when they eat that stuff.
Well, because they're loaded with non-food. You know, when you take things out of food, real food, you have to add stuff back in to give it flavor and stabilizers and all of that. So you're putting in your body stuff that your body doesn't recognize. Just like if you were going to go tinker around with your computer and mess with the hard drive, you're going to get a bad output. So same thing with your body. You got to put in the stuff, the programming that your body knows. So real food, not the fake stuff, and then get your body moving. And I tell you, you will not have to diet if you can just start with those things. You're still going to have to watch your portions.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole conversation around sugar. But those three things are a huge catalyst for change. And over time, your body's going to be like, I don't need the sugar because I feel good because I'm moving my body and I'm not eating all this fake stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And those three things don't seem that hard.
Right.
They don't seem like a daunting diet.
Right.
So tell people some things that might be fun to eat that they'd be surprised they can actually eat.
Right. And here's the other thing. And in my book, I talk about, you know, that food's on the planet for your health and your pleasure. Mm-hmm. And so it's okay to have treats. It's okay to have snacks, but there's going to be better options. And so, you know, I love to pre-post workout or when you're, you know, at the barbecue or bringing stuff to the pool. Again, always have something fresh. So, for instance, you could have some baby carrots and, you know, I love pop chips because they're a third less fat than other brands.
And they taste like potato chips, but they're better for you.
Right.
And they have all kinds of fun flavors.
Yeah. And so kids love them. Moms love them. They're just that great little 100-calorie perfect snack.
My kids do love pop chips. Yeah.
They're like, you know, chowing them down. So you do that with some hummus, right? Do some apples with peanut butter. You know, if you want to go get the frozen yogurt, do that, but do that 2 times a week instead of having it for lunch every day.
Right.
You know, and so it's really starting to moderate those things.
Okay. Any other foods out there? I know you're a fan of some different foods, and we mentioned pop chips, and we're both fans. But I
love the Kind bars. I think those are a great, you know, carry around snack. Really great. You know, I love the little Justin's peanut butter and almond butters. Those are great things that you can do pre and post workout. Mm-hmm. So there's lots of other.
And these are yummy things. You're not just saying celery with no fat cottage cheese. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are some fun and yummy things. So you gave us a no-no, which is don't eat the stuff that really is nothing. I understand that the body can't even really process trans fat. Is that correct? I mean,
well, yeah. So the trans fats are going to be in more like your commercial baked goods, and you'll even find them in cereals and things like that. And that's what causes, you know, that's the artery clogging stuff. But it's the fake sugars that are really the most harmful for you know, blood sugar and everything. Okay.
We have about 1:30 left. For the mom or even the dad that's listening today that says, I just need something to help me do this. What is the thing you would say to them? You were 50 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
What is the thing you would say as a final motivator? You're the author of a book called Fat is Not a 4-Letter Word. You have fabulous tips in there. You've given us some fabulous tips today.
Yeah.
What is the one sort of clincher that you think could get them just to start it and make it a lifestyle and a new way of living?
Yeah. It's called self-love. You know, it's like find that peace in you that you treasure enough. And sometimes it takes a while to sit down and really think about what is it that you treasure enough. So I have in my book, I have people go through their assets, like what are those great things. But like when you think of what will people lose or what will you lose of yourself if you don't do this?
Yeah.
It gets you super clear on why you're doing this. And for me, it was just life, you know, like I knew I had a big, big life and that was it.
Yeah. And your son.
At the time I didn't have my son, but now, yes.
That's a motivator now.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it is for a lot of moms. It is for a lot of moms. Thank you, Julie.
Thank
you.
So
appreciate it.
Yeah.